Lack of content creation is probably the main reason why your clothing brand is failing. I'll explain more in this video. What's up, everybody? My name is Michael Dedman. I am the owner of ECG Graphics and Printing. ECG is located in Southern California. With me being a print shop owner, you can only imagine the different types of clothing brands that come through my door every single day. And through those relationships, I've seen some things that allow for some clothing lines to be more successful than others. So what I want to do is I want to share that information with you. If that's something that you're interested in, information you're trying to gather and get, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can do that by hitting that subscribe button, also banging on that notification bell. Now, this is somewhat of a competitive niche, but I do believe that, ECG, we bring a different value to the marketplace because we don't just work with just one clothing line, we work with hundreds of clothing lines. So I'm able to really take the ideas and the things that I've learned throughout all of them and bring them to you and just distill that information and make it even better. Number one reason why I see many clothing lines not be as successful as they would like to be or as they should be is because lack of content marketing. Social media is a thing. It's not gonna go away. The platforms that we use may change, but at the end of the day, social media is here to stay. So I cannot stress to you as a clothing line owner, clothing brand startup, you need to be on these platforms. Be on the platforms where your customers are, but 9 times out of 10, your customer base is gonna be on some of these bigger names like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, maybe even Snapchat. Your customer base is gonna be on there. You need to be there. You need to be in these conversations because if you're not there, your customers aren't seeing you. And if they're not seeing you, then they're seeing your competitors. And at the end of the day, there's no brand residue that is happening in the minds of your potential customers, your PTMs. So you have to be doing social media marketing and you have to be creating content. Refer to this video up here where I do go into product market fit and we talk a little bit about messaging. Messaging, it's what actually captivates your audience members, what actually makes that person perk their ears to wanna give you the time of day. On these social media platforms, literally people are scrolling and scrolling for hours. So what's gonna make them take the time out of their day to watch you? And if you're running an ad, it's even more important that you have something that connects with somebody. So I was consulting with a brand the other day and we was doing research on some of the ads that their competitors are running on Facebook and Instagram. And we noticed a trend. There wasn't a lot of just product shots. Yes, there were product shots, but they had a carousel of a video and, some verbiage and some graphics and, maybe there was some calls to action like, hey, you get 50% off, but it wasn't just a product picture. They were actually showing some of their personality and they were doing more than just product pictures. So I suggest that when you're thinking about your content, you're not thinking about I'm just gonna take a picture of my product and I'm just gonna post it online and everyone's gonna like it. You gotta do a little bit more than that. I'd like to tell customers your social media should be things that you wouldn't necessarily do on your website. Probably gonna age myself, but back in the days we used to have, there used to be music videos and then they would do the making of the music videos. That's all that content that goes into the making, the behind the scenes side, that should be what's on your social media, but then your website can be that engine that's just that's the final product. And even your ads are the final product, but your social media should be content that they're not gonna get. It's that extra stuff that you get, you really get the raw of you and maybe your team or your process. That's the content that you want to put out when you're doing content creation. And the great thing about content creation is it lives forever. And if it has the right message, if it has the right feeling and the right vibe, it's going to naturally attract your PTMs or your potential tribe members, and then that's what they're gonna wanna see. They're not gonna wanna be sold all the time every time I go on this person's Instagram, they're doing another drop, or every time they're showing me the same videos and they're showing me pictures, I don't need that. But if you show other things that you're doing, it's gonna help build, that more, that personality that, we talked about earlier. People fall in love with businesses that feel they're human. Want to feel they belong with you when they're getting exclusive content and stuff like that. This is the way that I like to teach it. Number one, you should have your personal Instagram, TikTok, all that. That is where you're consuming as a customer. You're out there, you can follow your competitors, if look at what's out there, look at different manufacturers, things like that. But on your business page, that should be nothing but your PTMs and your customers, people that are gonna buy from you. That's all that should be. Now, by doing that, you'll be able to go in, and on these platforms, you can search for accounts and hashtags and who is actually feeding into those conversations. And now you need to start engaging with those people. Do your research on your personal account, but then you should implement and engage on your business account, and that allow for you to grow naturally, because now you're a part of those conversations. You're having, the dialogue. You're having those positive interactions with customers in a way, or your PTMs in a way that they like, and just naturally. You're not overly selling them. You're not doing anything crazy, all that other stuff. If you took something from this video, please give it a like. Also, drop a comment down below. It'll help me a lot with the algo. It'll get me in front of more people. As you can see, my channel is fairly new, but I'm just trying to grind. I'm just trying to grow and get you guys as much information as possible. But if you guys want more information, here's my book right here, The Clothing Brand Blueprint. I'll put it down in the link so you guys can also pre-order that as well. And yeah, man, like always, I appreciate you. See you in the next video.